afternoon, campers. It is Friday evening and I am heading up to Ard Moors event up in Yorkshire. Just having a little respite here before moving on, and then I've got about another 2 hours to go. Mocha in hand, nearly 3 hours going and 2 hours to go. So I arrived nice and early, and as you can see there weren't many people in the camping field. Not long after, Lauren, Dom and Watson turned up, and then we set up our camp ready for the weekend before heading over to the main event village so that we could actually have a look at our start times for the next day. Something that I was really surprised at about this event was how much smaller it is than Ard Rock. Obviously Ard Rock is a big festival, whereas this is more of a just an enduro event. I had heard that it is the baby brother of Ard Rock, so I naively thought that this would mean that it was an easier event. So yeah, we all opted to do the enduro sprint, which is only stages 1 through to 5. The full enduro actually did stage 6 as well. In hindsight, I think the sprint was more than enough for me at that point. Also, something to note is that at Ard Rock and Ard Moors, they do provide really nice toilets and shower facilities. Anyway, that's enough about showers. On to the next day. Morning, campers. It's practice day. I did not sleep well at all last night. You can probably hear that I'm suffering another nursery induced illness, but you know, if you don't, goodness, if you hide away every time you get these things, you just wouldn't do anything. So the lens sip has been out in full force, and I'm just hoping today that I can stay on my bike and my brain is functioning fast enough to actually ride. I've had a really strong coffee, still waiting for it to kick in, but we've got about an hour of chill now before we actually head off to register for practice. I'm not entirely sure what the GoPro situation is here. Last year I've seen footage of people on chesty mounts and helmet cams and stuff. This year I've seen in the T's and C's that GoPros are meant to be attached to the bike. I don't really have a setup for that, so if there's no actual riding footage, apologies, that's why. Hopefully I am able to get some footage because it would be nice to show what this place is like. But aside from that, I'm going to have my breakfast now and I will catch up with you at registration. So the only rider out of our group who'd actually completed this event before was Watson. The rest of us, I think we were just nervously optimistic for what lay ahead. Registration done, time to get back to camp for those important pre-race stretching and then head off onto the trails. I've done 2 parties this week.
Your little gorilla arms.
Up the hill. So unfortunately I didn't actually get any riding footage of the actual stages, apologies in advance about that, but what I can say was stage 1 was an absolute blast. It was nice in the open, it was fast paced, really long, and to be honest a great intro for what was to come. The transition from stage 1 to stage 2 was definitely the longest. It also included quite a nice steep hill along the road, so whilst the road meant things weren't particularly technical, it was a bit of a slog. Thankfully moods were pretty high at this point because we'd just done a fantastic stage, so it was all kind of bearable. From this point onwards, the weather just started to gradually get worse. The rain was picking up, the wind was picking up, and things just started to go a little bit downhill for me personally at this point. Nearly there. Say hi. Oh, hello.
Oh, where are you going? top of stage 2 was quite open and windy. The temperature definitely dropped up here, so I was quite keen to set off down on this stage to meet the others at the bottom. Stage 2 was probably my favourite one. It started out in the open with some off-camber grass, but then cut into the trees. There was lots of lone roots, some little drops and stuff, and it was just really good fun. Stage 3, what can I say? It was a really steep push up to get to the top, and then an equally steep down of fresh cut loam. And yeah, as you can imagine, a few hundred riders going across it, it just progressively got a little bit more gnarlier as the day went by. But yeah, more to come.
It's just so much loam on top of clay. It's a bit grim.
I'll be honest, I really struggled with stage 3. It was probably my least enjoyable stage. I know others really enjoyed it, but for me, I think it's something I need to practice more, is something that's so steep. But yeah, the combination of steep tech and just having your back end sliding around everywhere, it was just kind of a little bit too much for what I was used to, and I definitely need to get more practice on this kind of stuff. Considering Lauren had never done an event like this before, she was an absolute trooper getting down that track. I think she managed to stay on her bike more than I did, so yeah, fair play to her for this.
Have a team picture.
So it's this point in the ride, so between stages 3 to stage 4, that I really started to kind of revert into my own little pain cave.
It just seems to rain all day. So much rain.
The climb to stage 4 was biblical. That is the only way I can put it. It was pure hike a bike and trudging up this hill in sideways rain. Having survived stage 4, it's another stage that I just need to have more practice on this type of riding. It was really rocky, it was really slick from all the mud transfer, and yeah, I pushed a lot of it simply because I just wanted to survive at this point.
Right, just making my way up the final climb to stage 5. So very nearly lost my voice. It's been a tough day. Yeah, I'm not sure if stage 4 is going to be ridden tomorrow because it's really slick and apparently it's taken quite a lot of people out, so they might take it out completely. We'll see. But yeah, for now, onwards and upwards.
The climb to stage 5 really caught me off guard. I really struggled with this, and when I got to the top, I think my body was just at the point where it just wanted to sit down and not get up for about 2 weeks. But I was at the point I had one more stage to do, I just needed to get it done.
Survived. I can't believe that was just practice. Tomorrow is gonna be fuck. Oh my god. Help.
I'd been back at camp probably about 20-30 minutes before the other guys arrived, and we were all just absolutely shattered from this event. We quickly got changed and sorted, put the bikes away, and then we went down to the little event village so that we could get ourselves some well-earned food and beer. At this point, I was very much licking my wounds and making some hard choices because I've never not finished an event before, so this was quite a hard decision for me. But I said to myself, I'll sleep on it, I'll see how I feel in the morning, and I'll make a decision then.
Morning campers, I am so ill today. I've got my Lensip on the go. We're going to try and head off earlier just because it took us 5 hours to get round yesterday. If we set off at 1 like they want us to, we can't do it in 4 hours to get back by 5. It's just not going to happen. And then I have a 4 or 5 hour drive home. I'm really of the mindset of just sacking it off and going home because it's not the ride itself, it's the ride and the packing and then the drive home, and it's just, I don't know how much I can take today. I'll let you know how it goes, but yeah, right now, not in a good place.
So after another coffee, Lensip and some painkillers, I opted out of riding in the main race. This still bugs me today, but never mind, the race will always be there and I'll get an opportunity to go back next year. This did give me the opportunity though to kind of pack up, sort myself out, and then spend the morning just hanging out with the others as they prepped for their race.
Well, you know.
Here she is, lady of the hour. How you feeling?
Very nervous actually.
You're fine.
I mean, I survived yesterday, the weather's better.
Yeah.
There's no reason I can't survive today.
It's only going to be better today.
I've got to do it for both of us.
Yeah.
I've got to do it for the ill people. I'll go with 2 beers and say, this one's for Eri. Put my beer in the air.
Often meant to be like,
Oh, it's my buddy again.
I didn't think of you whilst I was there. Turn a penny round here now.
So bikes were prepped, bags were packed. The last thing they needed to do was just to actually get their timing chips for their bikes.
Have a good one. Have a good one. Bye.
We'll let you know how we get on.
Hey, so I opted for not racing today, feeling pretty under the weather. So yeah, this year is not my year for Ard Moors. However, I did the practice. I know what it's like. I'll probably sign up for next year if I can. Hopefully my fitness and health will be in a bit of a better situation, and then hope it all goes well. The weather looks really good, so I'm sure they're going to have some really good trails today. As for me, I'll be heading home now, so bombing down the M1 to get back to the Forest of Dean. I think it will probably take me about 4 hours, maybe 5 with some breaks. Despite not riding today, it's been a really good weekend and it's been really good prep for Ard Rock later this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, thanks for coming along and we'll see you later.